get questions, well, how does the company make its money? You know, they're asking me questions like, how does the company, do I have to sell anything? And I try to cover all those points before I even talk, you know, to them in regards to, you know, I tell them about the benefits of Fortress so that they don't even have to ask those questions. You know, I come in telling them, now listen, you don't have to sell anything. You don't have to purchase anything. That's optional. You know, what you want to do is you want to bring members to the platform. They'll ask me, how long does it take before they can max out in their, matrix? And I tell them it depends on them. You know, it depends on, the way they work it. So how long does it take? Is it a pyramid? You know, they want to know if the website, the information is secure. And I tell them, yes, it is, you know, and they will always somewhere within the 3 people, every 3 that I talk to would ask me, well, how much have you been paid? And I have to answer them like this. I said, you know, I don't think that's a fair question. Because if I told you what I did to make what I get, you may not want to do that. And, what I get paid is the effort that I put in. And what you get paid is going to be the effort that you put in. So those are some of the questions I get, you know, how long does it take before I can max out? Is it a pyramid? You know, is it secured, the information on the site? And I try to answer those questions before they even ask. I try to leave them with nothing to ask. I give them the value points of Fortress. And the last thing I tell them is, you know, they want to know, when I'm giving them all this stuff, they're thinking, how much does all of this cost? You know, I can get my own website, I can get this, I can do this, I can get paid like, and I tell them, I said, you know, I asked that question once. Well, how much does it cost? And the gentleman told me, he said, you know, have a seat. I said, I'm sitting down now. Doc, is $10 a month, 33 cents a day. That's a Big Mac, fries, and a Coke. And I said, you know, it was a no-brainer for me. I called my wife down, I called my daughter and my son. I said, can you repeat this again? He repeated it, I said, I'm in, you know. And then I brought my wife, my son, and my daughter, and they knew 3 people. So, and then they, you know, if you got a pretty good track record, you know, they still may ask questions, but, you know, they can be more at ease. You know, I go to the people that know me, that I know them, and people who know them that know me, and it works out well.
Okay, well let me touch on a few of those. One, the pyramid thing. I'm gonna go over that some. I put up a video today, literally today. You can go to the Fortress YouTube channel, and I put up a video explaining exactly what a pyramid scheme is, a Ponzi scheme, network marketing, and so forth. The best way to answer the question, how much do you get paid, is more than I pay. Plain and simple. It's $10 a month. I make way more than what I pay, and it grows every single month. I like to answer it that way because a smart business person will always want to exchange, want to get more for what they're giving. So there is not a person on this screen that if I called you right now and made a deal with you that said, I will give you $50 a month if you give me $10 a month, who wouldn't take that deal? Mm-hmm. That's just smart business. So I'm telling you, I'm gonna give you 50 if you give me 10. If you say, nah, that's okay, I don't need you in the network anyway, because you're not like-minded. We're building this with like-minded individuals, and anybody with real common sense would take that deal. So when you phrase it that way, you could say you're giving 10. On your second level, you're making more than you're spending. By your 6th level, you're moving into a new house. By your 7th level, you're firing your boss. 8th and 9th level, you're writing your own ticket. You're getting your life. You have your life back now, and you're doing all of this for $10 a month. So, of course, this is for the new people, because all of the new people, you still need to get qualified, and you're going to get, is this a pyramid thing, often. I'm going to give you a few key points that you all should write down, and you'll also be able to look back at this video that you can use to let people know that this is not a pyramid thing. First of all, when people mention pyramid things, they're really referring to a Ponzi scheme, which is a scheme where people are asking for money and nothing really exists. There's nothing really there. You're just going to lose your money. In the next month, they're going to be gone. You'll never hear from them again. Similar to the Bernie Madoff situation. That's a Ponzi scheme. It's fake. Then there's the illegal pyramid scheme, where the only thing the entire network is good for is recruiting. And there's no value given to the money that you're paying for your monthly membership. Now you have to look at what you get for your $10 monthly membership with Fortress. For one, you get a replicated website. Two, you have the ability to save up to 25% on products and services. Three, you get to earn up to 25% on products and services. Four, you get to upload and sell your own products if you choose to. And five, you get to take advantage of the network where you earn a commission from just referring people into the network. Now that is great value for your $10. If we took away the last one and you could not even earn money in Fortress, but you could save on, imagine if you could save 25% on everything you buy on Amazon. That right there is worth $10 alone. You know where the proof is? A Prime membership is $14 a month. And they have hundreds of millions of members paying $14 a month to basically save on shipping and, you know, get a few perks here and there. Then someone said, well, it's a pyramid scheme if you ask someone to join up under you. I'll ask them, do you have CashApp on your phone? They say, yes, I do. I say, well, then that's the same thing. CashApp gives you $5 if you get other people to join CashApp. So how are we any different? So when you hit them with facts, that usually makes them kind of, you know, start to understand more. And see, I have a philosophy. I told Cecil this earlier, that no to me does not mean no. No does not mean N-O. It means K-N-O. That just means you don't know enough yet to make a decision, because once you K-N-O-W, rather K-N-O-W, what Fortress is all about, now you know you no longer will tell me N-O, because now you K-N-O-W. So use that as an opportunity to explain further what they're getting into. Most people just, they don't believe it, so they're going to be more hesitant. And once you get your 3 people, you get qualified and you start seeing these dings, trust me, you can lean over to someone and say, well, you saying it don't work, but my Cash App just went off, and take a look here. So
Right.
Anybody want to add anything to that?
Right. You know, yeah, you know, Akili, it's a funny situation, but my son had called me. I was in Mount Clemens, Michigan, and he had went to the gas station. He left his wallet. He did have his Cash App card on him, but he had left his wallet. And he called me. He said, Dad, he said, you know, I left my wallet. I said, where you at? He said, I'm at Costco's. I was going to get some gas on my Costco's card. I said, well, he said, I got my Cash App card. He said, I know that my cash should be there, you know, from Fortress. And I think I gave you a call, Akili. You may remember this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And within just minutes, his phone went off. And he told me, he said, I got my Cash App, Dad. So he was able to get his gas, you know, by having Cash App. It was a funny situation to me, but I told him, I said, you know, how are you going to leave your wallet at home, you know? But he had Cash App, and his money came in seconds. So that was a kind of saved the day for him. You know, all he had was his Cash App in his pocket. And I told him, I said, well, hold on a second. Let's see if we can work some magic. And when I called you, you said he got the gas station with no wallet, but he got his money from his Cash App. You know?
Now, for you members that are not familiar with what he's talking about the Cash App card, here are mine. I have 2. You can get them in different colors. They're free. Once you download your Cash App, you order the card, and now when you receive your Fortress commissions, you do not have to transfer the money to the bank. You just use your Cash App cards,
right,
and pay bills, purchase things, go shopping, whatever you want. And we want to get these things full of money. The other beauty of the Cash App is if you have members or family members or friends in different countries who want to join Fortress, Of course, it's easy if they have a US bank account or a US debit card, but with CashApp, they can still become members. All they have to do is download a VPN to their phone. We have a member in Fortress who sells a VPN service. And once they download the VPN on their phone, they can then download the CashApp and receive commissions from Fortress. I see where I just saw him. Wallace just had someone join from the Philippines. He downloaded the VPN, he put the CashApp on his phone, and now he's a Fortress member, and he's in Manila, Philippines. That's in Wallace Brown downline. So that's this is a tremendous tool for growing your business, the CashApp. And then
okay, I want to add something to what you're saying. I have an airline stewardess that I'm working with. You know, she flies all over for Northwestern, and she's very interested in coming aboard. And I'm sure before the month is out or the middle of next month, she will be aboard. And she travels all over the world. You know, so that's just a great incentive to be able to talk to somebody that's an airline stewardess. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so now what we'll do is I have a few chat questions here. Okay, those are basically hellos. So if you're a member and you have a new member and you have a question, feel free to unmute yourself, or you can raise your hand, or you can type in chat a question so we can get your questions answered, because we want to make sure you get off on the right foot and get your Fortress business growing. So feel free. And
I have a question.
Go right ahead.
I have a question. As far as when the matrix is filling up, let's say you on your third and fourth level, and one side goes down to like 7 and 8. Will you still get paid for 7 and 8 and all the other people, even though it's not all the way across?
Yes. See, with Fortress, we cut out all of the nonsense that some of the other companies out there give you. They make you meet all of these crazy qualifications. The left leg has to match the right leg. You have to fill levels 2 before you can get level 3. No. With Fortress, you literally get paid for everybody under you down 9 levels, no matter where they fall. And let me clarify, because someone asked this question today. Your personally 3 sponsored people do not have to be on your first level. Fortress is not about levels whatsoever. We just made a 9-level matrix because we have to have some kind of number on there. But your personally sponsored people, one may be on the first level, one may be on the 5th level, one may be on the 9th level. As long as you have personally sponsored 3 people, you're going to get paid from the people that fall under you in your network. Someone called in today and asked me, would she get paid if she just went out and brought in her own 30,000 people? And she didn't twitch. There was not a twitch in her voice when she asked the question. She believes that she will go out and get her own 30,000 people. And I believe her because of her conviction. She said, you know, I can bring in 30,000 people in a force matrix that's $10, please, with social media and you know, the way the world works. So, and she was asking if she did that, would she get paid $30,000 or would she have to have everybody do certain things? Nope. Everybody's responsible for their own network, their own matrix. You're responsible for getting your 3 people and you're going to be paid accordingly. So if you go out and bring in 100 people, you're making $100. When those 100 people all bring in 3 people each, now you're making $400. It's just plain and simple. It's as simple as an American as apple pie. Cheesing over there, Wallace Brown. Wallace Brown should be cheesing. This man's network just exploded overnight.
Wow.
Any other questions?
I have a question. This
Go right
is
ahead.
Jennifer. I'm new, and I'd like to know, because I do a lot of cold calling, what would you say to a person to entice them to look at what we have here?
In a cold call,
In a
do we
cold
have
call.
any leaders on the phone who has done or do cold calls? Because I'll tell you what I would say. I would simply say, would you be interested in taking a look at an opportunity where you can earn some extra money for $10 a month? With that question, you have a 50-50 chance that you're going to get a yes and a 50-50 chance that you're going to get a no. 50-50 is great in anything. So if you're going to cold call and you're prepared to make a lot of phone calls, you will grow a tremendous network. Because if someone called me and said that, I'm an open mind. I'm always looking to make some money. I'm the CEO of Fortress. If someone called me right now and said, would you be interested in hearing how you can make some money for $10 a month? I'm gonna say, yes, tell me about it. Even though I believe Fortress is the best money-making vehicle on the planet, I'm still gonna hear what they have to say because I'm not a fool. So, you know, there's no harm in listening to someone, you know, pitch you something or tell you something. So you're gonna get, you may make that phone call, and the person that pick up that phone might be Wallace Brown, or Liz Blanding, or Cecil, or Dawood, or Jerry, or Eugene. I mean, there's people I'm looking at on this call right now that is going to make themselves and somebody else very wealthy. So, yeah, I mean, that's what I would say.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
I have another question. Say you brought in your 3 and you qualified, and you're going down. You got momentum. Your matrix is going down. Say one of the ones at the top stop paying their $10. Does that hold you up on the money you make, or if you keep putting and that person up top stop paying their money, would you still get the money, or how does that go?
If they're one of your 3 people and they become suspended and you've only sponsored 3 people, I would strongly suggest that you get another person in that spot right away. This is why we tell people, when possible, always personally sponsor more than 3 people. And here's why. It's a couple of reasons. One, someone may forget that their credit card expired, and now they get suspended. And if you only had 3 people, you would no longer be qualified. So you could lose your commissions for that month. You won't lose it completely, and it's not going to go away. But as soon as you get that person back activated, or you put somebody else in there, you'll be qualified again. So it's best to just cushion it. Like I know Wallace has probably personally sponsored 17 or 18 people, but his downline is much larger than that. So he doesn't have to worry about it, because
how do you put somebody else in that spot though?
Well, you don't have to put them back in that spot. I shouldn't have said that. I should have said just personally sponsor somebody else, because spots and levels and placement means nothing in Fortress. As long as you have personally sponsored 3 people, it doesn't matter where they are. So in that spot, you lose $1. So in a network where you're making, you know, $5,000, you're now making $4,999.
I got a question, Achille.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, this is Jerry. I think this might have came up in a past webinar that a lot of the new members and some current weren't a part of then, because they weren't members. But let's say you have somebody who is, of course, actually very dedicated and working the Fortress membership well, such as Wallace, Cecil, or whoever, Dr. Dawood, and many others. Let's say someone is still building their current network 3x9. Would you say it's wise if they probably could do it, but would you recommend against it if they actually started a network while they were still building one network? And also, you know, there's times where I've seen where people in some businesses where they would join as a personal member under their name, but they'd also have maybe like a business or a company, and they join under that name as well. Is that something that would work, or you would recommend, or not?
I support that. If a person puts their self in, their person in, and they put their business in under them, I support that. But they need to know that they're now going to have to personally sponsor 6 people.
Exactly.
Or more.
So they need to be dedicated.
What I don't support or suggest that people do is, because it's only $10, I've seen people try this. They'll get in, and then they'll create 3 accounts under themselves, and now they're qualified and wondering why they're not making any money. I'm gonna tell you now, if you do that, all you're doing is giving corporate $40 a month, and you're going to receive $4 back. Because you have now created a situation where you have to personally sponsor 12 people, and you have to personally sponsor 12 people that are going to help grow your network. So don't do that. Fortress is so simple. Just go to like-minded individuals.
Exactly.
And you will see, we have a member on this call right now who believes, and I believe her, that she is going to bring in 30,000 people by herself.
Correct.
So they're out there. The people are out there. They're waiting to hear about this company. So with that, let me just touch on this. Another thing, when it comes to building under someone, this is another thing that new people like to do. A lot of people, I won't say new people, a lot of people like to do this. They're sponsoring people for people. The only time I suggest that you do that is if you're building a network under your children who are at least 16 years of age, and you're trying to build up some generational wealth for them. You do this with the understanding that you're going to have to build their network for them. Now, if your children are capable of bringing in people, they should. I have 2 teenage boys that are in Fortress, and I have not put one single soul under them, nor do I plan to, because they need to know that, you know, they're in college. They're on a campus. They have a captive audience. And then if you're building something for your parents, but if you put in an able-bodied adult, and you start putting people under them just to get them qualified, they're not going to do anything. Because if they were going to do something, they would have just gotten their 3 people. So don't think that because you got them qualified, now they're going to go out and do something. No, they could have did that at the beginning.
Right.
So, you know, some people are going to do it anyway, but I strongly suggest against it.
I found that to be true, Akili, because I had sponsored some people up under a person, and the guy called me back and said, you know, I still need one person. I still need people.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm saying, wow, well, what is he doing? You know, so you create a welfare system when you do that. We don't want to do that.
Yeah. This was designed so that anybody can win. And, you know, when you go to someone and they don't want to do it, it has nothing to do with the $10, because we all know everybody can pay $10. They just don't know, or they just don't believe it. So you get them on something like this, or you get them on a conference call where they can hear other people who are making it, people who are making 100 times what they're paying, and then they start to get relief. See, Doc laughed because he's one of those people.
Yeah, I got another quick hypothetical question.
Go ahead.
You know, of course, we know with Fortress or anything in life, the greatest success is based on your individual effort, even when you have a team, or such as we do with the Fortress family. But let's say hypothetically you have someone that brought you in, because in Fortress we know we make income above us and below. Well, I don't like to say below, but we make income underneath our network and overhead, meaning above. So if you, hypothetically, if someone brought someone in, and let's say the person that brought you in, they're maybe they're having a hard time, or they're struggling, maybe had their 3 and no longer don't now. Of course, you can help. Since we're making income above and below, you can help people in the middle, above or below, all in the network. We know we help each other. We win together. But what do you suggest there? Because obviously, we know you're building a person that's being dedicated, is building their network, but you know, you kind of, you know, honestly, you're missing out on the income above you.
It's a judgment call. If you see someone truly trying, you've seen them put in the effort, and they're just not succeeding, by all means, help them out.
Of course.
There's people who call in. Wallace had a guy in this situation. He called in. He loved Fortress. He was like, I want to do it. He said, I'm going to get started next month, because I was like, no. If this is something you truly want to do, I'm not going to let $10 be what holds you up from doing this opportunity. So we put him in the system. So, you know, you can always lend a helping hand, but don't give it to someone who's just, you know, you have to drag them and beg them and make them, you know, perform, you know. So it's a judgment call.
Thanks. Thank you.
Akili, if an individual builds a really good team, and let's just say for some reason they become suspended, once they reactivate their account, do they go right back to their same position?
Yes. The only way you lose your network is if you send in an email or you call and say, I want to be removed. If you say that, then we take you out of the system. And when you want to come back in, you start all over. But if you just become suspended and we leave you in the system, you don't lose your spot.
Okay.
Keely.
Yes.
Go ahead. This is Calvin. I have a question on the fundraiser side of it and stuff. I've been getting a lot of questions on it because I'm working on it and stuff. With the high schools, the kids, the average kids is 16, like that. They can sign up. But would that fall up under me as on my line, or say like I have two now, and the person that signs up, their PTA or whatever, would that fall up under me as one, or whatever the PTA is or whatever?
Okay, so that can be structured different ways. And it's so funny that you would ask that, because literally today, if you go to the members tools page, I just put up a fundraising PowerPoint presentation.
Oh, wow.
To explain how Fortress could be used as a fundraiser. I literally put that up today.
Okay, that's great. You should have told me when I called you.
You know, man, you can go on there and you can download it, print it out, study it. I didn't narrate it, so it's going to be in flip chart form where you can, you know, put your own presentation to it. But it literally explains how to use Fortress as a fundraiser.
Yeah. Beforehand, I had created a brochure. I gave it to Liz and I guess she'll send it to you and stuff to see if you like that. It's basically on the fundraising thing, because everybody wants something visual. People are busy, they want something in their hands. So
right.
I had to do something, you know, real quick.
Can we get any type of training on the merchant account?
Yes. I was definitely going to cover that because that's the next most called in. So here's the thing with the merchant account. This is so simple that I think some people are overthinking it. When you go to the web page, and you don't even have to go to your own replicated website, because this is not that side of it is not member driven. It's not member specific. You literally just go and fill out that simple little form. Once you fill out that form, now keep in mind, people that want to do this on your phones, you absolutely have to click on request desktop site if you're going to upload on your phones. But once you fill out that form, within 2 to 5 days, your product or service will be live. Now you have to have a CashApp. We only pay CashApp on this service because this is one way you can earn money every single day, 30 to 31 days a month, if you want to, because as soon as your product sells, we're sending you the CashApp for that product so that you can ship that product out to the customer as soon as possible. So not only now are you getting paid your monthly residual, you're also getting paid daily for uploading this product. Now, the type of things that should be put on the merchant site, because sometimes I get some submissions and I just scratch my head and say, why would somebody upload this? I'm not selling weed on Fortress. And I'm not talking about CBD.
Oh, man.
So when you upload a product, make sure you're specific with what you upload. Don't upload something that says, because I ask specific questions. I'll say, how much? Don't put prices range from $2 to $5. I can't list that. It has to be a shopping cart item. Now, if it's a service, it's different, because I'm just going to link your service so that the people can click on your business and go straight to your service, however you host it. You know, they can call you, go to your website or whatever. But if you're uploading products, you have to be specific with the products. If you have, if you're selling shirts and the shirts come in different colors, don't put various colors. You have to put purple, red, green, yellow, so that I can list that so that people can choose it, because I can't do anything with various colors. I can't do anything with shipping varies. I can't do anything with price varies. I need specific answers to the questions that are on that form. If you have multiple items, you can put in the description that you have multiple items, and you can put a link on a website where I can go see these items and pull the information. But for the most part, most people are uploading 1 or 2 items. Just fill out a form for each individual item. It only takes 2 to 3 minutes, if that, and it's, just makes it easy on everybody. Any other questions on the merchant side? Because we do get a lot of phone calls about that.
Yeah, Keely, is there a minimum, I mean, not a maximum of the amount of pictures one would take to put on that merchant site? Say you got a refrigerator or stove repair guy, and you got 7 or 8 pictures. I think that's a lot. Would there be a minimum?
That's definitely not a lot. When you said a lot, I think you're talking about somebody wanting to upload 30, 40 pictures. 7 to 10 pictures for your product or service, that's totally acceptable. As a matter of fact, the more the merrier if you're talking about under 15 pictures, because you want to give people as much information as they can about your product or service to solicit a sale.
Hello?
Keely?
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, I wanted to ask you, about like 5 minutes ago, you guys was talking about being suspended. How does a person get suspended, or why?
Okay. They'll get suspended for 1 or 2 reasons. 1, their credit card expires and they didn't know it. It happens all the time. Your credit card expires and then the system tries to charge it. The system will try to charge it. I changed it from 5 to 3 times, and then you'll become suspended. The other reason would be because your bank, for whatever reason, saw it as a suspicious charge and your bank blocked it. My bank does this all the time. It drives me crazy. I have to call them and say, no, you let it go through. And this, it can be charged through your bank 6 months straight, and then on the 7th month, your bank declines it. So log into your back office and make sure that your payment went through, because I see this happen a lot. And then the third reason is because people run out and get a Walmart card or some kind of gift card. They put $10 on it. And then if they don't do anything the next month, they're not going to run right back down to Walmart and put another $10 on it. Then they become suspended. So those are the 3 main reasons.
So as long so as long as they I guess you could say they would pay before, make it active before the end of the month, then they would be eligible for their commissions?
Yes. And don't forget, people also have the option to pay for 6 months to 12 months in advance. That's still not a lot of money for people who just don't have a card, or they don't want to deal with the whole monthly thing. Just pay for a 6-month subscription and call it a day. It's good to put a face with the Isaac Holt. It's another star up there. Another star. Whew, boy, we got the 83 Bulls on here.
Can I give a compliment also?
Yes.
One of the things that helps me a lot is if I get a chance to sit down with a person, I show them the value of this $10. There's nothing like it out there. Nothing. I mean, I've been around a long time, and the value you got packed in this membership is phenomenal. But the other thing I want to compliment you on is on the actual software in the back office. I've been purchasing different items, buying from the network. I've been really seeing some nice jewelry. And so I like the way it tracks your purchase, and it holds it, and it shows a picture of it. So when I go back there and I show people, it's like, when you're gonna sell a car, you want to preview, open it up, go under the hood and everything. But I let them see what I purchased, so they see it's real. They see these items are able, you're able to purchase them, and then they're able to look and see it listed, Keely, and it's really, really cool, because they're like, oh wow, man, look, you already bought this and bought that. And so just want to compliment you again for those that been out there for a long time. With that software, I mean, man, we could be getting charged $30. You could ask for $25 or $30 on that software back there.
All right, everybody blame Isaac. We're now going up to $30 a month.
Oh no! I'm going on mute.
Achilles, how you
Yeah.
doing?
Wallace Brown.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man.
Good afternoon, everybody. But a couple of things I want to touch on that I've been trying to improvise in my organization is, number one, I try to get people to go ahead and when they download the Cash App, just go ahead and order the card. Immediately, they will have a credit card number right then. And then sign up under that. They'll never have to use their bank card. And a couple of people, if they had cash, I just Cash App them amount and let them put them in the business. And then they go to work, they'll never have to use their regular bank account ever again. And they won't have to worry about their card expiring.
Right.
And let the business pay for itself. If everybody do that, this thing would be seamless and you won't have to have no headache, because your card, you get a card, it's going to be maybe 23, and you'll be retired by then.
Yeah.
So you're done. Just go to work and get 12 people, and that's it. You're done. And just leave $12 in. I'm keeping it as simple as possible so people won't be doing that. Because one of my people, she lost her credit card, and that's how she got suspended. And she didn't even realize it. Thank God for Mr. Cecil, my dear friend. You know, he reminded me of it. When I called her, she just straightened it out real quick. But another tactic that I use, you know, you can get somebody's business card and just ask them, you know, I get the business card from anywhere, from stores, and I call them up and say, look, how do you market your business? And let them answer. You know, a lot of people, one guy said, oh, I thank God that you know, I was praying how to market my business. So people are looking for us. This is the easiest business in the world. I mean, the world is looking for us. It's kind of, I be like laughing, you know, and people like, they be stressed. I say, you want me to Cash App your $10? I mean, is that your problem? And that really backs people in a hole. And they say like, what? You know, I don't need your $10. I want you to win. So we got to have fun with this now. You know, we overthink it and get stressed out by 3 people. I mean, come on. I got 5,000 people in my Facebook. You tell me I can't get 500 of them over time. So this is like, I thank you, Keys. I tell you every time, thank you, thank you, thank you. The only problem with this business is too simple, and people overthink it. That's the only problem we got. God bless you, y'all.
Thank you, thank you. And that is
one more thing.
Yeah.
One more thing. It's tax season, and everybody want their credit done, right? So all we got to do is say, look, go to my website, right? If you want your credit done. Now they're going to be nosy and watch the video. You don't have to pitch your business. They might just want their credit done. So you can use that. You can use all kind of scenarios. And we got an awesome, thank you, Dr. Dawu. I mean, I'm drinking your products, man. I got them in my office at work. I mean, I'm ordering the product. I want to be a product of the product. I want to be healthy and wealthy, man. So I thank God for this organization. We got a mayor, one of the judges in this bill. We got all kind of types of people, y'all. Everybody, we're going to swallow up all these industries. In the industry, people don't know, 97% people don't make $25 residual. That's facts in network marketing. We're going to have 97% making thousands. So you think about an old lady, right? Never made money in her life, can't afford her medicine. 6 months down the road, she gets a big Cecil in there, a big Thomas Dawu in her downline, and now she's gonna be making $1,000 residual for the rest of her life. I get excited just thinking about that.
Oh yeah.
That's daily. That's me and Wallace's conversation daily.
Y'all, this is too easy, man. This is too easy. I don't want no excuse. This is just get excited. Nothing happens till you get excited. We got what it takes. They need what we got. Just get excited. See, a lot of people just wowzy. Well, get excited. We got it.
Now we haven't heard from our other superstar, Miss Liz, over there being quiet. I know Liz got something to say for the newbies. When she gets ready, she'll come in. That's another superstar. I'm telling you, we got the all-stars right here.
I'm here.
I know you are. I see you.
I mean, I'm just so in awe of all of the wonderful people that are in our community. I just sat down today with two young bright superstars that just actually signed in today. I'm just excited to be able to offer that opportunity to our young people and to see them just, get excited about portraits. And then, already they were just thinking, and I could see them thinking in the office about, all the people that they can actually help and bring in. I didn't look down the scroll and see if they're on the line, but I did invite them in today. But you're going to hear from both of them. And so I'm just excited that we have this platform and this opportunity to be able to mentor and bring in our young people. So, again, I'm always thankful and grateful. And they were really excited to hear about the health part that's coming up, that Dr. Dawood started on Wednesdays. They was really excited about that as well. So we just have a wonderful membership that, it just continues to give and give and give. So thank you for that vision.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
we want all of our new family members, and notice I'm going to always refer to us as family members. I don't even like to use prospects and all of that stuff. Everybody on this call, I feel like we are related. I feel like we are blood relatives. And, when you refer to people as family, you will treat them as such. So we want all of the new people to know that we're going to do everything we can to help them out. And if anybody on here has any information that they feel some of the new people can use to get qualified, to get started. Some people, come out the gates running. I don't know if Lakeisha Black is on here, but oh my God. Lakeisha Black came into the company, and I mean, she hasn't even been in a month, and she's already the second highest recruiter in the entire company.
Mm.
So there are some people that are just phenomenal.
Awesome.
Everybody's phenomenal in their own way, but there's just some phenomenal recruiters. But then there are some people who can use a hand and getting their 3 people. I can tell you, utilize the tools. The business cards. We have 4 or 5 different business card designs that people are taking advantage of, and the brochures. I've seen people get the brochures and qualify in the same day. If you take the brochures to a place where there's a captive audience. For instance, if you have to go get a haircut and you have to wait, you're sitting in a room full of people sitting around waiting for a haircut. Hand them a brochure and discuss it with them right then and there. Same for beauty salons, anywhere where there's going to be people sitting waiting. So just, take advantage, and you can print the brochure out yourself, because I tell people I'm not trying to sell brochures to, make any money whatsoever. It's $9 for 12 brochures. A color copy is sometimes can be $1 a side. So, these are nice brochures. You get 12 for $9.95, and you can literally just let it speak for you if you can't do it yourself. So utilize the tools.
Really, can I jump in and just as you're talking about all the new people and really, we want to celebrate them because getting qualified is the key to making sure that the matrix gets completed and duplicated. I'm listening to everyone here, an amazing team of people. Mr. Wallace Brown just said the only problem with the business is that it's too simple. And as profound as that sounds and as crazy as that sounds, it's probably true. And when something's too simple, by nature, we tend to want to complicate it and create all kinds of version of it. But what we have to understand is one thing that now we've messed up the process of duplication, right? I mean, if everybody's doing their own thing, you're not on the same page. So one of the initiatives we started in the last training call was to celebrate the new members who are getting qualified in a week. I mean, listen, I know it's an elite program to kind of get this thing to shoot for 9 weeks to get your matrix done. But honestly, man, it's a very affordable pace, considering like challenges coming at everyone, 3 people in a week. Wallace just said, go ahead and get your 12 so that, you're covered residually for the rest of your life. You don't have to worry about the $10. But the foundation is this business is building on the power of 3 and get those 3 people. So one of the things that we're doing is really members who have gotten qualified and literally calling out their names. So if all the leaders will start really monitoring their new members that are coming in and invite them to a Sunday call so that in the beginning, we could recognize these folks. I mean, I know it's going to be a lot of names sooner or later, but not everybody plugs in. But just to recognize that this is working for those who are on there maybe wondering or thinking that it's difficult, they can see that this is so simple and it's real and that they can do it. And that's the purpose of it. So I just wanted to mention that, you know, I'd like to continue to acknowledge the new members that are getting qualified, and everybody start doing it honestly in 9 weeks. When you look up, the matrix will be complete.
Well, you know what? I'm going to add to that. That's Mr. Andy Solandi, COO of Fortress. And what he is saying is profound, because we do have a group of people that we call elite, and anybody is welcome to be a part of the elite. It's just all performance based. So the way the elite works is this: to build your network in 9 weeks. So for the new people, sit down, put on a seatbelt, because we're going to tell you right now how you could grow a full network in 9 weeks. When you come in your first week, you go out and you identify 3 like-minded, in all capital letters, like-minded people. You want to find 3 people who are going to do exactly, in all caps as well, what you just did. Get their 3 people in 1 week. So in your first week, when you go out and get these 3 people, you call them, you hold them accountable, you make sure they go out and get their 3 people. Monitor the 3 people that they're getting. Tell them that this is not where you want to put in your children. This is not where you want to put in anybody who's not going to build a business on their own. You do not want to put in a person who does not want to or know how to download CashApp on their phone, because you're looking for people who are going to go out and duplicate exactly what you did. And if you were able to get 3 people and you were able to download CashApp on your phone, you want to find 3 people that can do the same thing. So in your first week, if you did that, in your second week, you would already have 2 levels filled. You can literally sit back now and just hold those 3 people that you brought in accountable to make sure they hold the next 3 people accountable. And if everybody is responsible for their 3 people, making sure your 3 people do what they're supposed to do, literally in 9 weeks, you'd be making $40,000. It's just that simple. There's no guessing to this. So this is what, you know, we're trying to make happen network wide. Chrysoloris, wow. From another mother.
Keely.
Yes.
When we tell people that Fortress is in 5 countries, and we have embarked upon 4 countries in Africa, can you explain to everyone how those people in these countries will filter down to their matrix?
Yes. So, as you all know, Fortress is a 3x9 matrix. Even from the very tip top of the company, it only goes 3 wide. So the very first 3 people who join Fortress are responsible for everything that's happening right now in Fortress. When we go out and we bring in other countries, those countries come in directly under corporate. Corporate can only go 3 wide. So you all just use your imaginations. If a country that has millions of people in it decide they want to become a part of Fortress, and Fortress can only go 3 wide from the tip top, where do those million people fall? Under everybody here. Under everybody who's already in. So that's why you want to get involved right now, because we are bringing in, with what Andy Solandi has implemented, we now have countries coming in. We have 4 African countries that are about to sign on, and then of course many more are going to follow. Wallace Brown just brought in the Philippines. We have a few people in Japan, Dubai, UK, Trinidad, Canada, and Jamaica, already in. They're about to start filling up the network with these people. But of course, these people are going to fall in the network, which is Fortress, and that's going to fall into the people that are currently in. So that's what Dawood is touching on, because I try not to get people overly excited about the growth that's coming, but understand it's coming. You know, I didn't realize that Amazon is 29 years old. Who knew Amazon was around for 29 years? I thought Amazon was like less than 10. Yeah, they've been around for 29 years. And we're just now really, really starting to hear about them. So Fortress is just over 2.5 years old. I'm telling you, it's not going to take us 29 years before we do our global takeover. It's happening now.
And they
So,
Yes, yes.
So yes, Dawood, they need to understand that there's going to be a great spillover, which a lot of people are going to benefit from. So you have to be qualified. Could you imagine if Nigeria signed up tomorrow and you're not qualified? Not a good look.
Right.
Hey, Achille.
Hey,
This is Ethel.
there you are. Hey, Ethel.
Yeah, here I go. Can you touch on the, well, I have a couple of people suspended in my organization, and I understand that they can stay there at least, what, how long before the system kicks them out? It's not like I haven't talked to them, but, you know, you can only do so much.
900 days.
900 days.
I literally said it at 900
And that's
days.
a long time.
Yeah.
You know, that's being really lenient.
When I was developing the software, I had to put something in that spot, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna let them sit there for 900 days.
Wow.
And then it automatically kick them out.
I got a question. I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if people saying, you know, we talk to people, we tell them about the business owner about putting a product online on the network, on the platform. And then once you start telling them about the compensation plan as far as the pay plan, the first thing they say is, that's one of the pyramids. How do you get around that?
Well, first, I like to ask them, do they even know what a pyramid is? And most of the time, the answer is they do not know what a pyramid is. They want to call everything a pyramid because they just don't understand. So I'll let them know the value of what their $10 is paying for. A pyramid, an illegal pyramid scheme gives you no value for your membership fee. What are you a member of in an illegal pyramid scheme? In Fortress, you are a member, you are in a social network that pays. You get to buy products at a discounted price. You get to sell products and earn a commission. You get a free replicated website. You get to upload and sell your own products, and you get to earn a residual from referring people into the network. So there's just nothing there's nothing illegal or pyramidal about Fortress. As a matter of fact, in the video that I put out earlier, whenever you think about a pyramid and network marketing for those old school companies, it was usually where the pyramid just grew straight down like that. And that's how you had to get paid. With Fortress, imagine this, if you sponsored one person and that person sponsored one person, and then that person sponsored one person, and then one of those people sponsored 10 people, and then one of them sponsored 30, that is not growing in a pyramid structure whatsoever. But you're still getting paid off of all of those people. So Fortress can grow sideways, straight down. It can grow in a straight pyramid. It can grow in a triangle. It can grow in a rectangle, a square, a circle. You're going to get paid from the people below you. So for some people that say it's a pyramid thing, sometimes you just have to walk away because you're not going to get everybody. There's 7 billion people on the planet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Akila, I got another question. Can you hear me?
Go right ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, okay. Well, real quickly, I just want to, of course, I'm always shouting out people that are great with helping and assisting. Of course, you know, as usual, Cecil and Liz, definitely shout out to them and what they're doing, how they're exploding, and Wallace as well. We're always commenting in the FFWB group, messenger group. But I wanted to give a shout out definitely to Dr. Dawood for taking time out. We had a conversation today about Fortress as well, so I thank him for taking that time out speaking with me. That was my first ever time speaking with him on the phone, so thank you, Dr. Dawood. Secondly, I want to shout out, she's not on the call, I don't think, but she knows, she's aware of it, of the calls and the schedules of the Wednesday and Sunday calls. But to one of my referrals, Violet Howard, you know, initially she was, you know, she was one saying, hey, I don't have, you know, she's doing other things, of course, as entrepreneurs do. and she said she didn't have the time. But you know, all of a sudden, you know, we had conversations through Messenger. Boom, she came in. She doesn't have her 3 yet, but we're working on it. And also, she created the Fortress Reloaded Facebook page. So to anybody, to everybody who has members, or if not themselves, who are not in that Fortress Reloaded Facebook group, definitely send an invite to join. But the quick question I had was in regards to financial management. You spoke of it in the past on a webinar in regards to, I know, I don't know, in Fortress, if one makes, I think $500 or $600, if I'm incorrect, correct me, in regards to a 1099 going out. And if you don't make, of course, more than that, then of course you won't receive a 1099. But there has been members recently and maybe in the past who spoke of, you know, people are going to be making certain, you know, there are people who are going to be wealthy with Fortress and continue to be wealthy in Fortress. And I'm speaking financially, because there are other forms of wealth. But as far as in financial management, you know, including myself, there are many people who are not they're not well informed on using Fortress as a home-based business. You know, because I've researched myself, and of course, you know, I've had many people saying go, as far as in taking advantage of the tax write-off, go the sole proprietorship route. And then, you know, others, if you research on YouTube or the internet, there's a lot of other information in regards to the best way to go about setting yourself up to take advantage of the write-offs. So I don't know if maybe eventually we can have some, I don't know, you know, 30-minute calls or calls about that, or some videos, or I know without a doubt we got some business. We have business owners here that know some, you know, can share some information on that. If not even now on this call, but maybe a future call or opportunity call or what have you, or training call.
I'll touch on that somewhat.
Yeah.
For people who earn at least $600, you will receive 1099s. But as far as me advising you on how to handle the money that you're going to make, I'm not going to. I'm just going to create the problem for you. I want to be the reason why the IRS knocks on your door and say you owe us $1 million.
Oh man, I second that.
How you handle it from there, you know, we can't do it all for you. We can help you make the money, but you're gonna have to figure out how to spend it and how to report it and all of that stuff. But I will assist you in becoming that problem.
Wow, what a problem to have. Hey, may I speak, please?
Yes, you may.
Okay, I don't actually have a question, but I do have an answer for that pyramid question, because I've gotten it several times, and I came up with an answer that turns out to be not only effective, but educational. The first thing I do is say that the structure of everything is a pyramid. There's the person who starts it, and then the people who come along to help out, including a family. There's a father. He chooses a wife. They have children. Everything is designed as in the shape of a pyramid. The difference is that one is a legal pyramid and the other one is not. And then I say, do it look like I'm going to jail for anything? And of course the answer is no. And with the integrity that I have, not only would I not do anything to get myself put in jail, but I wouldn't ask anybody else to do it either.
Right.
So usually their response is, oh, because now they're thinking about it. And then I say, well, now you never have to ask anybody about a pyramid again.
The whole pyramid thing is usually just it's a defense mechanism. They don't. I know. They don't have anything else to say, so they just say that. But that's a good answer. And that's the way a good way to.
Yeah, I shut it down, and well, I might say some other things too, depending on who it is. But
right,
it's effective.
Right.
Hope it helps.
There's been times where I told people, well, you know, you don't have to join my pyramid. Just get up in the morning and go to your pyramid.
Thank you for allowing me to do that.
Hey, Akili, on I think that was Jerry speaking about the tax. what I would tell people to do in Fortress is that everything that well, it's important for everyone should have a business license. But everything that I buy, I try to relate it to my business. Everything that I do in Fortress, whether I'm making brochures, putting my picture on something, if I buy anything, I want to know how can I relate this to my business. So therefore, I have quite a bit of a tax write-off. You know, all the money that's generated and made, and I didn't get a chance to keep it because there's things that I'm purchasing that is for my business. You know, when I get my lawn manicured, that's a business write-off. My cell phone is a business write-off. My gasoline is a business. I use part of my house for my business. So everything that we purchase, try to see if it makes sense to use it as a business write-off. You know, even the big screen TV I purchased, it's a business write-off. So, you know, people don't have to worry about how much money that they're making as long as they can have some write-offs of these things that they're purchasing. Many people purchase a lot of stuff for their own pleasure, but they have no idea that these things could be written off against their business.
That's right. So this is a lot of good information, especially for, and just because you're new in Fortress don't mean this information that you're hearing is new, because I understand that sometimes we're preaching to the choir. Like earlier, I knew immediately when I was talking to Eugene, I was like, oh, okay. You know, when he called in, I said, you probably know as much or more than me by far. In just a 30-second conversation, I can tell that I was preaching to the choir. But, you know, when it comes to Fortress, some people still need to, you know, they're just getting their feet wet for the first time in something like this, and we really want to help them out. So you guys are receiving, in my opinion, some really good information to help you really get going. So don't be shy, because this is a family. Imagine yourself at a family reunion and you haven't seen Uncle Fred in a long time, and, you know, just unmute yourself and ask your question.
And I would say to use your existing business or whatever you do to bring people into Fortress. I mean, that's what I do. You know, even though I'm a naturopathic doctor, so what I do is the people that I have come to me and blood cells that I do, I'm always sharing information about Fortress to other people or my clients, so we can use the business that we're in to share it with other people, you know. And I think we can build a pretty big, you know, team like that as well.
And thank you, Keely. This is Deborah Scott. Just to piggyback on that, definitely, I use that as a walk-in to say, what are you doing now? Because, you know, people love to tell you what they're doing. And so basically, you got to be a good listener. So don't just talk about your business and talk about yourself. When you say, I got great ideas for you, always compliment. And then butt in and say, this is the best thing that happened to me. And you know how busy I am. I always say that, put it back on me. And then pretty much, I said, a lot of people are looking for another savings program or another savings account. And I found something that not only worked for my business, but it gives me another entity of residual income. And they said, wow, what is that? And so I told them it's only $10. You know how banks, they always got to start you off with $25. But this company starts you off with $10, and you get 3 people to do the same thing. And boy, that residual income is just still up fast. And they go like, wow, tell me how that works. And then I get CISO on it. And then pretty much you just got to use what you have, use your tools. But the residual income, and Keely, you just created another entity of income and another write-off. It's something for people to kind of have. So keep the IRS off of you. Have a write-off. And then invest your money back in your business. So with the residual income building up and you're building up team leaders like that, I mean, you can't help but to win. So I went and got my best 3 people, like you said in the beginning, but in a little bit, I just kind of built a little bit of my family members. But my best team leaders, like Renita she was like, I'm too busy. And then I said, I was busy too, but you got to build another residual income for you and your kids. And she said, she started looking at it. So I found her weakness, her kids. Not just that's a lot. So I just went on to that. And then I went on to Clarine, my sister, who became a top leader. And then Lamont, Isaac, you guys call it Isaac and Angela. They were my top leader in as a national in Chicago. They was the first national top people. And of course you met Isaac, and then Deborah Owens. And then of course I have other leaders that's on the in the business, but I pretty much just built under, just kept telling them about it. And they kept plugging into you. And that's how we became Residual Income Family. So that's why I call it another entity of residual income for $10. Yep.
What else do we need to say? I mean, really. Now, that's another one. Keep an eye on her. She said she called Cecil, but she's using third party credibility. But believe me, she's completely capable of handling it.
Oh, yes, she is.
She is an absolute superstar. So, anybody under
agree to that one too. Yes, sir. She's a superstar.
Yes,
Rock star.
she is. Yes, she is. You can tell it on her Facebook page.
This was something I want to just throw out at everybody. Think about some sort of saying, every child deserves a scholarship, and it starts at $10 a month. I think that's something like that, and that it would be kind of catchy if we,
I like it.
Could go into the junior high school or the elementary school. Why wait to have to tell a child you can't afford to send him to college? Every child deserves a scholarship, and it starts at $10 a month. Why wait? So that's something that I use, and I'm trying to talk to people or get into the PTA meeting at school to address parents. The principal will let you do that, it's just something I'm throwing out there that, keep mindful of,
Well, yeah, I mean, that's right on point, because this is about generational wealth, and there's no time better than now to reach out to build something for the youth. I mean, it's time. And with the way 2020 has started, believe me, I think next month, some of you are not going to get out of the bed and go to work. I really believe that. I think there's people on this call that's going to wake up, log onto their computer, and say, "Honey, I'm not going in today."
It's Eugene Moses. I got a question.
Somebody has a
That's
question?
gonna be me talking to myself in the mirror.
Speaking into the universe. Speaking into the universe.
Yeah, that was me, Eugene.
Okay, go ahead, Eugene.
I just wanted to know, just a general question for the group, because I know all these different leaders on here do many different things, and I just had a question about lead generation. Is anybody out there familiar with one thing called the Lead Flow 24/7 and the Lead Generation Secret? If anybody is using that for this or anyone in their businesses, I'm just trying to find out, because I've heard about it, but I just rather know if some people on here are actually using those services and getting any results.
What's the name of it again?
Lead Flow 24/7, and the other one is Lead Generation Secret.
Let me just respond to something you're saying. And this is just me, when I hear something that has the word secret in it, it makes me hesitant. Because, Fortress is not secret. Fortress always say we're very transparent, and you can ask Fortress anything. So when people come up with, the secret or that it lets me know that there's something that they're hiding behind. Because number one, we don't believe in secrets. If we believe in secrets, we would be lying to people in regards to bringing them into Fortress. So I'm just saying that as a family member, from one family member to another in Fortress, kind of, watch out for that. Just kind of look at that.
But what he's talking about are lead generators, and I don't know about that one, but I am familiar with lead generators. I personally never used them, just because when Fortress was born, I just figured we wouldn't have to use lead generators, just because my whole thing is find 3 like-minded individuals and duplicate yourself. instead of just monster sponsoring a bunch of people who would have to be micromanaged and would join, be in for a month or two, and then pop right out. Because I don't want to just take people's money. And now you can find some top people in lead generators because they target people like the people that are here. So they can work, but I'm not familiar with that particular lead generator that you're talking about. I think I did use it once on Facebook, but it didn't do much for me.
Okay.
With this stuff here.
And usually leads are not like, I'm sorry, this is Deborah Scott again. This is Deborah Scott again. I just wanted to kind of piggyback on what Keely said. So leads, I use leads. You know, I've been in business with network marketing for over 25, 26 years.
Okay.
And they work, but the only thing, they're not as stable. See, face-to-face and relationship business seem to last longer because they have a relationship with you. They have no genuine reason to really stay with you because they don't know you. So they tap from one thing to another. And some people, not all of them, but they tend to abuse a good thing, like a $10 program. They know how to turn it into something for them, where it really takes the owner or the real leaders off the real system. I'm just saying, not everybody's like that, but it seems like you got professional network marketers out there that's looking for something easy, but to abuse some of the systems. But just watch out for that.
Yeah, I'm just asking because, you know, I thought he would be the best place to ask because you got a lot of experienced people here.
Yeah.
So if anybody has heard of these systems, I'd rather know from you guys than hear it from people that are not familiar.
Yeah, yeah. And this is you do have people on here who would know about stuff like that because some of these people on here are some of the top network marketers in the country. So yeah, that's
Can I just say something?
Hey, can anybody hear? Hey, can anybody say? I'm sorry.
Can
Go
I
ahead,
just
young lady.
address something that you're talking about? I know one of the things about lead generators, you have to watch because they'll tell you, come to the free master class, right? And then the next thing you know, you take this free master class. They're asking thousands of dollars just to get you to that secret that Dr. Dawood, get to that secret of how to get these leads and stuff like that, you know. So I just would be, you know, a little bit leery. But if you do find some good leads from somebody that's reputable, you know, it might work. But just be careful.
Well, yeah, I understand. I've done a lot of different business, but I primarily haven't been using anything. I just been getting family, friends, people that I know from the internet. So that's why I was asking because it was a different area for me. I hadn't went into that direction before. So that's why I would ask here.
Now, let me just say to the network, you know, we're at an hour and a half. Feel free to click off if you want to. You know, we're family. So we're just hanging out at this point, answering your questions. It's like, as I stated, this is informal, no time limit on this. And at some point we'll shut it down. Otherwise, we'll be here for 3 or 4 hours because it's happened in the past. We're comfortable and we're in our own homes right now. So, you know,
when I talk to people, some people say, you know, you have to have multiple streams of income. And what they're doing, they're getting $50 over here, they're getting 75 over here, they're getting 100 over there. But I say, you know, if you can take those 3 streams of income and combine it into one, wouldn't that make sense? So that when a person see you, they see you as that industry that is giving you the most leverage and for the time that you have put in. If I don't want to be known as a Amway member or another member, and then a Fortress member. I want my name to resonate with Fortress. I want my name to be synonymous with Fortress. As a networker in Fortress, I know that I have to walk, talk, eat, sleep, dream Fortress. Now, it may not come when we want it, but trust me, it will come. At the lowest point where you think you're not really getting what you have put out, that may be the time that it come back. So I would say, you know, if we're going to be in Fortress, let's walk, talk, eat, sleep, so that when other people see you out there, they don't have to say, oh, she's in Amway. Oh, she's in Amway. No, she's in Metaluca. Oh, no, she's in Fortress too. You want to be known as the guru of what you truly believe is giving you the best, a payout in what you're doing. Fortress is like this. It tells me, it says, Doc, look, if you don't want to buy anything, you don't have to. Doc, if you don't want to sell anything or provide a service, you don't have to. How is the money made, Doc? The money is made in bringing membership to the platform. And every member you bring in, you're going to get paid on. And those members are going to bring members in. Now, is it going to take anything away from them? $10 a month? No, it's not going to take anything away from them at all. So why not embrace the best possible way of generating income, which is no overhead? So I do this. I tell my wife, I said, look, let that money run into CashApp. Let it go. She said, Doc, you need to look. I said, let it go into CashApp. Wouldn't you be surprised to know that if you just let that cash flow into your CashApp and don't touch it, it's a savings. Let it go for a few months. See where you are. And then wage that against what you have to buy with other companies, how much you have to spend. Because in Fortress, you don't have to spend nothing. All you have to do is let that one payout that you get, let it roll and bring people to the platform. So that's there is nothing like it. I've turned it upside down, sideways, back and forth. That is absolutely nothing. So we just have to fight off some of these stigmas when people say, is it a pyramid scheme? I said, would I turn you on to a pyramid scheme? I was talking to a gentleman, Akili, and this is what he said. It was about 5 minutes into the conversation, people, and he said, Doc, let me share something with you, man. He just cut me off. And I said, whoa, what is this about? He said, listen, have I ever lied to you? I said, not that I know of. He said, have I ever tried to pull a scheme on you at all? I said, no, not that I know of. He said, have I always acted as if I had your best interest? A friend, Doc, will tell you the truth, not what you necessarily want to hear. I said, I understand that. The next thing the man said was, it's the same way I feel about you, Doc. Sign me up. So our relationship with people and our conviction in what we are in lets them know that this is not, everybody can't come in. And when you position yourself that some people just can't, don't you know they want to come in? If I said, if you said, well, this is not for everybody, somebody's going to say, well, why can't I be a part of it? People want to be more of a part of something where they think you don't want them a part. But the gentleman told me, he said, look, I feel the same way about you. Sign me up. Because there's nothing on planet Earth in this field that is like Fortress. Now we have to learn, and I have to learn, we have to learn how to speak better. We have to learn how to share this information of Fortress with the people. And once we do that, we're on. It's just a matter of who you want to share it with. And if it's a like-minded person, if they're conscious, they're going to come. I had a guy come to my home today. He called me, said, Doc, I went to the doctor. The doctor said my eyes was yellow and I need to come in and do a blood analysis. I said, well, can you come today? He said, yes. He came here. We started talking casually. I did the blood. I said, listen, let me share something with you. I'm involved with a company called Fortress. Have you ever heard of that? He said, no. I said, well, I don't know why not, because everybody's talking about it. So let me share something with you. And I took my laptop out and I brought the website up and I gave them, like you said, I gave them all of the value points. I said, Fortress is a social media network. It pays, and it pays very handsomely. And I did my spiel and he said, listen, do you have any information on this? Now I had gave him all the information, but we become skeptics sometimes. So I had my brochure and I gave it to him. And I said, listen, man, take my brochure, This is a copy of everything in the newsletter that I duplicated, that I copied of Fortress. And at the back end of it, I showed him my certificate. See, some people get their certificate and they just say, well, I got the certificate, and they lay it on the nightstand. But at the last page, my certificate from Fortress, Star Maker Award. That's what I'm about. I told them, I'm about making stars. And I shared with them every page, and I put the payout. He said, Don, can I call you tomorrow? I said, yeah, but it's not a matter of where you come in, it's when you come in. So make sure that you call me as soon as possible. And if you have any questions, I'll be more than glad to answer them for you. So I think that putting those blinders on, saying, look, I'm about Fortress, and the more that we study, the more we understand this program, the more we can share it, and we're going to be polished. We're going to be better and better and better. You know, Novak told me the other night, he said, I just want to be better. He said, Doc, I want to be better. I want to be better. So if we can come to that, I'm sure that this is not going to be a problem at all. Fortress is going to be within 2 years. Within 2 years, I know Fortress is going to be off the map. Absolutely off the map. So I start with the people that I bring into my business, and everybody that I turn to and talk to, I share Fortress, and I try to share it to them with in an intelligent way, not letting them think that this is just some fly-by-night organization. I think that'll help.
Well, Doc, that's why you're about to become the Fortress new logo, like Jerry West with the NBA and Michael Jordan with Nike. But you got to have your cowboy hat on and your rings.
Yeah.
So you guys, we got a lot of information out tonight for our new members. If you new members have any other questions or anything else anyone likes to add, now will be the time, because we don't want to go into midnight.
Hi, this is Sharika Turner. I have a question. I was overhearing about the Cash App cards and stuff earlier. My Zoom was acting funny earlier, so I don't know if anybody addressed that part. But I was told that it might be an issue with how much money we are able to collect on our Cash App cards, and it might be a new card being implemented. Can I get some information on that, please?
Yes. Cash App has a $3,000 limit. So once your commissions hit $3,000, which is going to be a great thing, that will more than likely be the last time you receive a Cash App. And after that, it will be going directly to direct deposit. And you'll have a card that you can use for the direct deposit. So that's going to be another wonderful problem that I hope to present you with in the very near future.
Okay. Thanks.
Hey, Akili.
Yes.
I'm signing up some.
You clicked out. We can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Okay. He was saying that like on the Social Security part, it's not encrypted. Is it a way that we can get those encrypted for the future? I told him, well, I can't see it, but.
I can't see it either.
You don't see it either?
No, all I see is the last four numbers. And the site is secured. So when you go onto the site, you see that it says HTTPS. That means it's a secure site. And if you look on the web page on the bottom, there are security certificates on the web page as well.
Okay.
And when you're becoming a member, you don't even have to put in your social security number. You can put in any 9 digits. The social security number is going to be required when it's time to issue 1099s.
Oh, did you hear that, Mike? Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh, that's Mike. Tell him I said congratulations again. Welcome to the Fortress.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's why I had the 3-way call from him earlier. So awesome. Well, since I'm here talking, I just want to say, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Akili. Thanks. I always say this, y'all will never not hear me say it, but thank you, Liz Blandon, for coming back, reaching back for me. That follow-up is in the pudding, you all. And a lot of us probably can relate to doing them follow-ups. So this is just an exciting time, and Akili got me over here. But I got to keep myself calm because everybody knows C, so I get a little hype. I got a little excitement going on, but I thank God for life. But I'm just hearing, as he said, you could wake up and your life could change. And these are talks that I have with my people and a lot of people all the time. We done so many different things out here, but now it's our season. It's our season to win. Each and every one of us on this call today, we are here for a reason, and this is the season. And thank you, God, for Akili for creating Fortress, and all the leaders that on this call, Andy, Dr. Daewoo. I'm just overwhelmed right now with excitement and praising God and thanking God through it all. Just being grateful and thankful where I'm at right now, because I've been in a lot of things, right, and a lot of us have, but never ever seen something that's moving the way it's moving right now, and how we was moving in December and on Christmas and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So I'm just here to just say thank you again, you all, and I'm just grateful. Wonderful training tonight, Akili. Thank you.
All right.
Let me just piggyback on that, Cecil. You're absolutely right. What you're saying. I want to let people know. Some people will tell you, that you're too busy to get involved. You're doing too much. That's not true at all. I teach a blood cell class. I teach a doctor's class, a master herbalist class. I go to the gym 4 days a week. I was at the gym today. I had to get there at 5. I left at 7:30 to be on this call by 8 o'clock. I had to go to Lansing this morning. You find time when you want to find time to put in what you want to put in based on what you're getting out. So don't let people tell you that, or don't even think that you're too busy, because you're being paid. This is a job, but it's a fun job. And you're going to get out in direct proportion to the amount of people that you talk to and explain this program to. So don't think for 1 minute that I'm too busy, I got too much on my plate. Well, I know we all got a lot on our plate. I have a lot on my plate, but I don't have that much where I can't put a portion of Fortress on that plate as well. And the portion of Fortress that I put on that plate has done better than all the other food that was on there.
Hey, can I piggyback? Lisa brought up a good point, and you all that are out there know this is so true. They always say the fortune is in a follow-up endeavor. I'm going to piggyback on what she said because, and Dr. Daewoo, with the combination of people being busy. They always say busy people find a way to get things done. And that's so true because they're doing so many things. They do, when they do things that and when I go, Deborah called a couple of times, and she was like, man, Deborah, I got no time for a $10 program, and I devalued the program because I really didn't look at it. I assumed what it was because of my experience of being out there in the industry and seeing these other $10 programs. So I devalued. I just said, I don't have that kind of time to play around. Then like $1, but what I didn't realize when she called me that second time, and she called the third time, and my wife was talking to me. She was like, well, we know Deborah's her experience. We know, and this is where the relationships come in, everybody. My wife said, what is it she sees that you don't see? And as close as we work together and been trained to work together in the same umbrella of organizations, my wife said, what is it that she see that you don't see? And it made me feel like, hey, I just didn't really take a good look. And then so once I saw the value, so that follow-up, coming back with Deborah being consistent and getting me to really take that look, and like Dr. Daewoo just said, when we bring that value, people see the value, man, it's going to resonate in their mind. They're going to make that decision. When they see it, I don't like to say, Achilles, that we want to pick on blind people. Always say Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles could see this. If you just told them what this was, they could, in their mind's eye, see this and join. So again, I gotta say thank you, Deborah, for following up. And man, it is the fortunes in the follow up. And you know, you don't give up right away on people. You know, you got to figure it out. You know how long you're gonna spend time with them. You know, but once I give them a chance to see the value, and they don't, then I move on. And as you said earlier, Mr. Keeley, they're just saying no right now because they don't really know. They're just saying the NO. So hey, that's it, family. I'm listening more. I'm on mute.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, with that, you all, I appreciate everybody for showing up. We will do this again soon. I'm going to, this was recorded, so I'm going to put this on the website tomorrow for people who couldn't make it tonight. And as usual, we'll let it sit up for a few months so people can look at it. But we have to do this again because the family is growing. I mean, we grew by a large amount this month, and this month is not even over. So we're going to have a lot of new people that's going to need more information. And fortunes are simple. People shouldn't overthink it, but some people will, and they have to come here and get encouragement and hear these stories and see people that are succeeding, you know, to even up their belief system a little bit more. So, you know, with having Mr. Logo on here, Dawood, and all these other leaders, you know, they're going to get everything they need. So,
you know, one of the things I do at Keeley, I don't want to cut you off. I go into my back office and I look at my genealogy and I hit profile and I look and see the dates when some of these people have come into Fortress. And when I see that the date is relatively new, within a week or 2 days, I just simply randomly click on profile and send them a text and say, welcome aboard, you know, welcome to Fortress. I'm one of your Fortress members, family members. And I do that 5 or 6 people a day, you know, just welcome to Fortress, you know. And if we all did that, it's just the momentum that it builds, you know. Welcome to Fortress.
Yeah. And that's the other thing, you know, familiarize yourselves. We didn't talk about that enough with your back office. There's a lot going on back there. And we'll spend an entire training on that one day. And there's already trainings out there on that you can go and look at on the members tools page. So visit the members tools page frequently. It's at the very bottom of the web page under my account, because I'm constantly putting stuff up there. I just recently put up 2 different presentations, and I also put up, believe it or not, a paper application, because people have been calling in saying they want a paper application. So there is a paper application that you can download from the members tool page as well. So some people still want it, Dawood. Some people still use faxes, Dawood. Can you believe that, Dawood? Still use faxes, Dawood. Some people still fax.
I got to catch up, man.
I'm not saying Dawood fax, but Dawood people fax.
Yeah, I got to catch up.
But yeah, you guys, so look, let's sign off. Everybody have a great night. I appreciate everybody for showing up. And let's get out there and just keep making this network explode.
Yes.
2020.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right. Awesome.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, out here.
Good night, everybody.